Is Lucifer and Satan the same entity? Woo-wee. What's going on, family? Welcome back to another Real Talk video. This video is actually pre-recorded, but Donnie, and apologize for getting back so late with you on this response. That is not a stupid question, because for a long time there has been a great debate and great arguments about even the name Lucifer. If you do deep studying, you would hear people saying that that name should have never even been put in the Bible, the translations of it. We talk about this all the time about the English language on here. And when you talk about the king of Tyre, king of Babylon, see, one thing when you study in the original, the question is, what do you call original? Because King James is English. It had to be translated. And yes, like I said in my older videos, in every translation, things get left out. But from studying, to answer your question, the Bible never says Lucifer is Satan. I've never read it like that. And if you read it like that, let me know which translation you got. And this is not to cause no argument or nothing, but the Bible never calls Lucifer Satan. Now, what we do see when you study deeply is that there was the king of Babylon. You see what I'm saying? You're talking about Isaiah 14. And so when you look at the word, the name Lucifer, you're looking at bright morning star. You ever heard, that's why so many people say that Lucifer and Jesus have the same name. You ever heard that, bright and morning star? And why Christ is also known as the bright and morning star? And then you look at it, so the question is, like you said, was Lucifer a holy angel? I like how you asked that question. Because once again, when you study Isaiah 14, what you do see is, once again, what was referred to as the king of Babylon. Now, what can we say facts are? He was cast down, right? Fell from heaven, right? Destroyed nations, right? Said, I'm gonna be like the Most High. So it's a very, very interesting discussion if you can have that discussion without having a fallout in the argument, because I was taught this way years ago. Lucifer, who fell and became Satan, who is the devil. But even with that, I had questions from studying, especially when you start looking at the Apocrypha and the removed books, different things you get to outside of the King James Bible, if you go that route. Because everybody don't agree with the Apocrypha. Some people would never agree with the removed books. Notice I didn't say lost books, I said removed books. But oh, how thou fallen, oh Lucifer. See, when you look at it, you have to start understanding every different name that these beings were called. You have the seraphims, cherubims. See, everything was not the same. And that's why you hear people say Satan was the highest ranking cherubim. Lucifer, so if I sit here and say Lucifer was made holy, just like I could say how Judas was, but what Judas turned into. So when you ask that question, could it be different? I sure want to know y'all feedback on this. And we may come back and do a part 2 on it. But could it be a difference that Lucifer is not Satan? Or is it true that Lucifer is Satan? I'm not looking for nobody to be all the way right on this, because once again, I'm not all knowing. I'm just trying to, I'm looking at your, I'm remembering your email, and that's a great question, because I've seen big time scholars argue about it. Man, Lucifer, Satan is not Lucifer. Lucifer is not Satan. Then in the Bible, you talking about the king of Tyre, you talking about the king of Babylon. Or is it just referring to the spirit of Satan? See, it's so many ways I can look at that, but I love your email, and you digging deep when you talking about studying, because it's so many people still want to know, because you got all these TV shows, Luciferians. You see all of this stuff, and it just makes people want deep and deep. But then you see the title Satan. That's why they argued about just like thou shalt not be, thou shalt not kill. That should have never been wrote in the Bible like that, because it's actually thou shalt not murder. So when you start looking at these different translations and these English words, that will cause people to think different. So when you look at, just give me some feedback. Do you agree that Lucifer is Satan? Or do you see it a little bit different? Was it just referring to, the king of Babylon? Just like when Christ told Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. Was he actually calling Peter Satan? Or was he talking about the spirit of Satan that was in Peter? And I know this video might not make sense to some people, but just let me know. Some will understand this video and some will not. But once again, this is not a video to argue about who's right and wrong, about is Lucifer Satan. I'm not going to get mad at no comment that you leave, trust me, because I love little topics like this. It makes you study more and more. So give me some feedback, family. Do you agree that Lucifer is Satan? Or could it be you talking about two different entities? Or is it really one that's human? Or however you look at it from your email, brother, because I love your email. It's very deep. It's very deep, because I've even heard a pastor say years ago that Lucifer did fall. He said, and Satan did fall. And he said, I don't think they was the same person, same entity, however you want to look at it. So I know one thing, the Most High is all knowing. But great question. And give me some feedback, y'all. Love y'all. Shalom.